Hello, my name is Caitlin Shelto, and today I'm going to be talking about the Notre Dame Cathedral. So I chose my topic on the Notre Dame Cathedral because in the readings it talked about how famous of a building it was and how it was one of the most famous pieces of architecture ever. It's also because it's one of the most famous buildings, I've heard about it many times in different classes, and the last reason that I chose it was, so when my sister was in high school, she was in ceramics class and made this gargoyle out of the clay, and it was one of the weirdest but coolest things I'd ever seen. And when I found out that the Notre Dame Cathedral had gargoyles in it, I thought it was a great connection point. So the setting of the Notre Dame Cathedral was not always the Notre Dame Cathedral. It was once a place where Romans worshipped Jupiter, and then it became a Christian basilica, and then it became a Romanesque church called the Cathedral of St. Estienne. It was first an idea of Maurice de Sully, who was the Bishop of Paris. So he was the one that decided to tear down the old cathedral and build this one in that spot. And it was a dedication to the Virgin Mary, so that is why it is called Our Lady, which is actually what the word Notre Dame means. A little bit about production was it was first started in 1163, but it wasn't completed until about a century later in 1250. So it had a bunch of different modifications between the years 1225 and 1250, which is why you can see both late and early Gothic period styles within the building. So, as it's been said, this cathedral is a Gothic style architecture, which is kind of funny because the word Gothic was originally intended as an insult. Although, as you have heard me say, that this building has become one of the most famous pieces of architecture. It is primarily made of limestone, which was used for the walls, glass, which was used for the stained glass windows, wood was used for the roof framework, and then iron bolts and fasteners were used to keep the gargoyles and all the other extremities on tight. This is a picture of Notre Dame, and you can see right here just a giant stained glass window. So some of the notable features are the terrace screens, the horizontal and vertical order facade, imposing size of the rose windows, which I just pointed out, and the flying buttresses or gargoyles on this building, which we also talked about. Something that changed with the Gothic style architecture was that it was trying to convey redemption instead of damnation for the church buildings, which is kind of ironic because the gargoyles are pretty scary on it anyway. The purpose of the building was for a place of worship, and it is still used as a Catholic church. Here is an up-close picture of the gargoyles on the building. As you can see, they are terrifying. And then here's all the sites that I used to find my information on this project. I hope you enjoyed learning about the Notre Dame Cathedral.